Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sophie, if you don't already know, and this is Sophie's Reality. So today it's basically chit chat with Sophie. I'm going to be discussing who I am. Who is Sophie? What is Sophie's reality? And what is was like being a teen mom. So I have a son. He's 15 years old. His name's Craig. And I actually became pregnant with Craig when I was 15 years old. I gave birth to him when I was 16. So it's been a journey. I just want to tell you guys basically what it was like being a teen mom and what it's like now, 15 years later, having had more children, and what it's like being a stay at home mom, all those things. Okay. So I'm just going to jump right in it. I found out I was pregnant when I was 15. At the time, I didn't know that I was pregnant. I had just got sick one day. I felt like I had the flu. I was like throwing up. Yeah, it was like really, really crazy. And I mean, I would throw up like on my way to school, on the bus rides. It was horrible. Um, so eventually, I went to the clinic and I didn't tell my mom. My mom didn't find out for like 4 months. I hid my pregnancy from my mom. Sorry, mom, but I was too afraid to tell her, only because I didn't want to disappoint my mom. And I felt like I was going to disappoint her because she had so many expectations for me, and I felt like I let her down. So basically, I went to the free clinic and I went in, I took a pregnancy test, and he told me, like, hey, you're pregnant. And the lady gave me my options. She asked me, what did I want to do? I was like, I'm going to keep the baby. So from there, they started giving me prenatal vitamins, and I basically started going to the free clinic for prenatal care. So I got prenatal care right away, like within like the first 6 weeks. Yeah, I was getting prenatal care. So I told like my friends, like my sister, she didn't even know I was pregnant because I just kind of felt like if me and her got into an argument or something, and trust me, as teenage sisters, we got into a lot of arguments, a lot of like just petty arguments. So I didn't want her to out me. Even though I did want to tell my sister, I just didn't want us to get into a fight and she's like, oh yeah, such and such, Sophie's pregnant. Anyway, so I was like, no, I'm not going to tell my mom. So um, I told my son's father that I was pregnant, and I told him that I wasn't telling my mom, and it was a secret. We're not telling anyone. We're just gonna keep it to ourselves. So that's basically what we did for 4 months. We didn't say anything. But actually, thinking that my sister was gonna snitch, he's the one who actually told my mom. So I mean, eventually she was gonna find out. But yeah, I really hid my pregnancy from my mom for 4 months. And I'm going to tell you how I did that. So my mom at the time, she would always take me shopping. And I had watched a movie. I won't name the movie because I don't want to give it away, because I don't think that that's the right thing to do. As I'm mature, I don't think that is a good thing to hide for that long. For a lot of reasons, safety reasons, and just support. So yeah, um, I did watch a movie, and when me and my mom went shopping for clothes, I basically just grabbed bigger sizes, and that's how I was able to camouflage. And in the beginning, I wasn't really showing. I remember going to like the water park because it's the summertime. I had Craig in February, so I believe I got pregnant in like May. So like June, July is like water park. You go swimming. I had a babysitter on. I remember me and my family went to the water park, and my aunt was with me. And one of my aunts was like, Sophie, are you pregnant? Like, she could just tell. And I was like, I'm not going to lie. Like, if you ask me, I'm going to tell you. But I wasn't just going to provide the information. So I was like, yeah. But I was like, please, please don't tell my mom. Like, please don't tell my mom. please don't tell my mom. Like, please let me tell my mom. So she agreed not to say nothing. And then my other aunt, I had one over her house. It was still the summertime, and she looked at my face, and I still to this day don't understand how she knew, but she was like, "Sophie, you're pregnant," and I just looked at her like, "Is she psychic?" I'm like, did my other aunt snitch me out? Like, how did she know? And she was like, "I can tell, it's all in your face. You having a baby." And she just was like happy, like when she found out I was pregnant. Like, not happy in the sense like you're about to have a baby, you're a teen mom, but it wasn't ridicule. Like, I wasn't being hollered at. She didn't make me feel bad about myself, and I really, really needed somebody to just lift me up because I knew that my life was really going to change, basically drastically. I didn't know how it was going to be, but I knew that I had to basically deal with the consequences of my actions for having unprotected sex and, not using birth control properly, etc. So, yeah, so around like 4 months, getting back to my son's father snitching me out, uh, my mom was like, "What? You're pregnant?" And her response wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And she was like, "Well, how far along are you?" And I was like, I'm 4 months pregnant, and I told her I was going to a clinic and I was getting prenatal pills and I wanted to keep the baby. So even though her response to me being pregnant wasn't like her screaming and hollering at me, she was pissed off. You hear me? Like, pissed off to the point where she got on the phone, she made phone calls, and I know like within a couple of days it was a lady from DHS coming, basically to place me into a mommy baby program. My mom said that I couldn't have a baby and live with her, and I had to leave. I was devastated. Like, I literally cried. I'm like, I lived with my mom for as long as I can remember, and now she's telling me because I'm pregnant I have to get out. Like, you don't prepare yourself for that devastation. Like, I'm pregnant, and now I gotta leave and go live somewhere where I never lived before, and I don't know what to expect. I was heartbroken. I don't know if my mom talked to somebody after the lady came to the house and talked to us, because the lady was basically being like really, really like stern and hard on me. Like, you're going to go live here, you're going to go do this, and you're going to live in a house with other girls that have babies who are teenagers. And I was just like, I'm thinking like, why can't I just stay here with my mom? Like, why do I gotta leave? So maybe like a couple days before the lady was supposed to come back and take me to the mommy baby program, my mom told me that she didn't want me to go. She wanted me to stay. She was going to help me, but she wanted me to finish school. And can I tell you how relieved I was? So, like, I was so happy that I could stay. And because she had stipulations with me staying, I made sure that I went and got a job right away. So I used to work for this interview, like, telecommunications, or calling people, doing surveys over the phone, like for political surveys. So that's what I did. So I did that basically on the weekends, and I basically made sure that any money that I made, that I saved it to buy the baby stuff. I had watched a movie on Lifetime when I probably was like 12 years old, and it was like, was it 16 and Pregnant? I think that's the name of the movie. And I remember seeing the movie, and the girl, her mom threw her baby shower, and nobody came, and it was like really, really a sad part in the movie. Like, none of her friends were allowed to come to her baby shower, and I get it. I guess the parents didn't want their kids to go to their friend's baby shower, like they're praising, teen pregnancy, I guess. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want my mom to have to do everything. And me and my son's father, we were like, we're going to get everything for the baby. So, he was working too, and I was working. We were saving our money. We were buying everything that we needed for the baby because I had already said I don't want a baby shower because I didn't want to be disappointed. And I didn't want to make it seem like I was glorifying, me having a baby because I already knew that I had messed up. That's how I felt. I messed up. My mom was mad. She was about to get rid of me. So, yeah, I know they have shows about being a teen mom and it's like a big thing. But in my household, my mom was not okay with it. When I tell you she was over it, she wanted me gone. So, thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mom, for not making me leave. Now, it was hard. It was really hard. But I tried my best to stay busy and out of her way the whole time I was pregnant. So remember I said I was going to prenatal care at the clinic. My mom actually had insurance through her job, and she basically started sending me to the hospital. So she changed my doctor, and I started going to the hospital for prenatal care. I went to every doctor's appointment by myself, except one ultrasound. My son's father came with me. But every prenatal appointment, I went by myself. Even my first one, my mom never came with me. So I had to catch the bus to my prenatal appointment. And I remember I used to crave, what is it? I can't think of the drink. It's the red drink. What is it? Fruit punch. It was a fruit punch. And I used to freeze it. And it had to be like a slushy. It was the same. Listen, I haven't drank. What is it? High C? It wasn't High C. What's the name of that fruit punch? That's like in a soda. But like that movie Juno, and she was walking around with that. I literally had that same drink, and I would put it in the freezer. It had to be super cold, and I would just be walking to my appointments after I got off the bus, and I would sit in the waiting room, and I would look around, and it would be like women with their husbands, and I was the only one half the time there by myself, and I was a kid. And I remember the first time a doctor came in, and he had the nurse with him, and I was just like nervous. I was scared. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? Like, what am I about to do? So, I never really understood what was going on. I honestly say that they would say like, you got to get a glucose test done this week, or you got to do this week. And I was just like, okay, okay, whatever. I know I had to step on a scale, and half the time I had to pee in a cup. That was it. Step on a scale, pee in a cup, let the doctor come in, listen to the baby's heartbeat, and then I would be on my way. So I really never researched childbirth, but I did have a friend of mine who got a library book for me at school. She knows who she is, and honey, I won't disclose it, but she did go get me a book from the school's library. She actually, Sophie, I found this book for you at my school's library, and it was like what to expect while expecting. So yeah, she gave me that book, and that's basically where I learned mostly everything about my pregnancy. Every chapter had, what to expect for this month and what to expect after, and I read the book, and it was just basically my guide to everything, because I didn't always want to go to my mom asking her questions about what am I going to do about having a baby. So we're going to skip some into the story, and I'm going to get to the day that I basically gave birth. So I woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and my stomach was hurting, and I was having cramps that woke me up out my sleep, and I was just like, wow. But prior to that, on Sunday, me and my sister had went to the movies, and we had went and seen the movie Barbershop, and we were walking from Continental Boulevard all the way to Frankfurt. So if you live in Northeast Philly, like Roosevelt Mall, Continental Boulevard. If the 70 bus wasn't coming, it was going to take forever to come. So we had to walk to the 66 bus. It was a long walk, and mind you, I was 9 months pregnant, and I was just like, wow, I'm like, Felicia, this walk is just killing me. She's like, come on, we can do it. So I basically just walked all those blocks with my sister to get to the bus so we can get home. And that was a Sunday. And by Monday morning, 5:30 in the morning, I was basically having labor pains. So, I'm I woke up and I was afraid to really tell my mom that my stomach was hurting. But I did. She was home that day. She was asleep. She didn't have to work. And I went in her room and she had like a chair in her room. And I sat in the chair and like I balled up in the night and I was like, Mom, my stomach's hurting a little bit. She was like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. She was like, just go lay down. So I went back in my room. And then I just called my son's father, and he was about to go to school. So I was like, hey, my stomach's hurting today. Like, I think you should come over. I don't think you should go to school. I think you should come over and, because I might have a baby today. So he was like, well, I got to go to school first, but I'm going to come over. I'm like, all right. So he went to school, but he left early. So he did go to school, I guess, just to check in so it wouldn't be an absent. And he came to my house. So we finally was in my room. He was like, let me see if I can see the baby head. We were joking, just playing around. I'm like, no. And I'm like, my stomach's hurting. So we finally went downstairs and I sat on a couch and I was about to get something to eat. And I sat on a couch and all I remember was like a pop. It was like this pop sound. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, what is that? And I jumped up and I seen the water trickling down my leg, and I was like, I think my water just broke. And that was around like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like, I think my water just broke because I'm not peeing on myself. So he's like, Miss Althea, Sophie's water just broke. So my mom was like, all right, go in the bathroom, go wash up and get dressed. And then she made sure that I put a pad on. So she was like, go wash up, get dressed. We're going to go to the hospital, got a pad on. So she was on the phone talking to one of my aunts. And I remember just like walking in my hallway and I was having contractions, but they weren't hurting that bad. They were hurting, but it wasn't like to the point where it was like, making me cry. So like basically I was doing really good. Like I was like, wow, like, this is going to be cool. Like I didn't know how bad it was going to be. So she had got a neighbor of ours to drive me to the hospital. So, thank you, Mr. Tyrone. You took me to the hospital. And it's funny because my son's middle name is Tyrone. So, yeah. So, Mr. Tyrone took me to the hospital, dropped me, my mom, and my son's father off at the hospital. And from there, everything just seemed like it was going in slow motion. Like, they put me in a wheelchair. They rolled me up to labor and delivery. They checked me. The nurse basically gave me a gown and told me to like take my clothes off. And when I was in a bathroom, I was having really, really bad contractions to the point where I was like, oh my goodness, this is too much. And the lady came in and put me on a monitor. So for basically the most part of my labor, I labored without any pain medicine. So when my delivery doctor finally came in, he suggested that I get the epidural. I didn't really know what the epidural was, but he suggested that I get it so it would help me be comfortable. He said I was young, and he didn't want me to be in a lot of pain. So I was like, okay, if you think I should get it, then I'll get it. So I got the epidural. Then it was just like a waiting game. But it wasn't that long. Craig was born around like 7 o'clock at night. But it was cool because I wasn't by myself. My mom was there, my stepdad was there, Craig's father was there, and 2 of my aunts had came to the hospital. So I was like happy that I had people there to support me and the baby. And my son's father, his family wasn't there, but he was on the phone with them telling everybody what was going on. So it was like everybody was happy that I was having a baby. It made me feel good. I felt happy because I wasn't alone giving birth. Like everybody was there. Everybody there that was there was important to me, and I was happy because they were making me feel, loved. And that's all I wanted was to feel loved. Like everybody was happy. So during the birth process, the epidural made me so numb, whereas though I didn't feel anything. So when it was time to push, I didn't understand what they wanted me to do because I couldn't feel nothing. And I'm like, I can't feel anything. Everything's numb. They're like, push like you're going to the bathroom. And I literally was just not pushing good enough. So the doctor actually had to cut me, and he used the suction cups to pull Craig out. So it was a cool experience. Like when he first was born, I was like, wow, look at this baby. Like he just came out of me. Like remember crying, but I'm pretty sure I did cry. So yeah, it was crazy. Um, I'll have to, I guess, do like another video talking more about, you know, the challenges that I faced being a teen mom. But basically, this video was just about telling you guys that I am a teen mom. I have a 15-year-old son, and it's been a journey. So thank you for taking time out with me today. I know you guys heard the little guy in there screaming. That's Kamal. I had to go get him, and I'm pretty sure he's ready to nurse right now. But I just wanted to, tap in on this subject. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video so we can finish talking about what it was like being a teen mom.